role of blockchain analytics in uncovering crypto crimes.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Happy to be here today and to speak a little bit about some not so fun stuff. Crimes related to crypto. Of course, we all are very excited about this, but we all need to know what to do when something absolutely not fun happens. So, yeah. Okay, my name is Marina Khaustova. I'm COO of Crystal with Crystal for about 6 years now, and basically what we do is that we work with many companies presented here in this exhibition today. We help them to do two things. So first of all, with Crystal, they understand what kind of money do they accept, and second, if the treasury of their company is being hacked, then we help them identify what to do next, like where to go next, how to recover the funds, how to trace these funds, and so on. So yeah, that's basically our main key area of focus, and I'm today here to tell you the story of how we are following the money, because that's what we suggest all of us should do. All right. Yeah. So, well, this story started like early this year. There was a CEO of the company that was serving basically this industry, the gaming industry. They were providing certain services. Part of these services has been provided automatically, and historically, this company has been operating for more than a decade. And eventually, they decided that they're going to start accepting crypto. And eventually, this company lost about 50 bitcoins. And basically, we had a CEO of that company knocking on our doors, very frustrated, very much destroyed. Like, what do I do next? The story was very simple, basically. One day, they looked at the flow of the funds coming in. They saw, the growing rate of crypto. So they decided, like, why don't we start accepting crypto by ourselves? And this is the first moment when something went wrong, because they decided that why do we use any kind of outsourced crypto processing? We just start building it ourselves. We just start accepting money on our own wallets. So yeah, a lot of enthusiasm about that. The whole team, not a big team, worked on implementation and spent a lot of time on building that. 2 months later, same people, same team, absolutely destroyed, because not only the funds that were accepted on the treasury of this company were lost, but also the founder transferred a lot of treasury, a lot of money that he had accumulated into crypto as well, that also has been gone completely. So no idea about where it has been gone. So what do we do? They're coming to us, they're showing us, this is the account, this is the wallet, money were there, what do we do next? So we look at these funds, and again, our software allows us to understand where the funds are going to. So we try to reconstruct, okay, there was a hacker, and apparently he did something. So what did he do? We see that money started flowing to a mixer, right? Everyone thinks, I'm trying to steal some money, I'm going to Mixer, Mixer will allow me to go away. Okay, first he goes to 𝐊𝐞𝐲, which is a big mixer. So we kind of spent about 4 hours trying to map this big amount of money to the outputs, because he tried to convert the whole sum through in one take. So again, not impossible. 4 hours, a lot of manual work, of course, but still, we were able to identify the outputs. Our hacker was a smart hacker, so he thought, okay, after I'm going to 𝐊𝐞𝐲, I'm going to using the second mixer. So he went to a smaller mixer, but he didn't know that there is a correlation. The smaller the mixer is, the easier it is to find a bigger sum that he wanted and tried to hide there. So yeah, we got the output out of that. We found where these bitcoins were following next. So if you're a hacker, you want to hide your money. So after going through a mixer, you're thinking, I'm going to an instant exchanges. Yeah, these instant exchanges are having no KYC, no tracking of myself, freedom, independence, privacy, yoo-hoo. So he's going to one of the exchanges and trying to convert all the money there. and hoping that, again, he can go forward. He converted Bitcoins to Monero. Okay, freedom, privacy, yes, but all exchanges that he used reported back to us within 2 hours when we requested a collaboration on this case. So they sent us back, yes, of course we don't have KYC on this person, but what we have is the amount of the API addresses and the bulk of the API addresses that were used for these transactions. So we had something already, but we didn't know yet who that is. We were looking at these bulk of API addresses, and we started trying to analyze, okay, IP addresses, fine, what are those? Most of them were, of course, VPNs, and there are services that allow you to understand is the address, IP address, is a VPN address or not. Apparently, our hacker started using a lot of VPN at the very beginning, but after he's gone through 2 mixers and several exchanges, he stopped doing this. I don't know, maybe he got tired, like, you know, sleepless nights, like you're trying to hide a big amount of money to go away with that. He just maybe like got lost track of that, I don't know. So one of the IP addresses was real. And this IP address apparently led, we tried to search this IP address in the logs of this company that was a victim. And yes, there was, of course, this address present in the history. So we found the device, and this device was used within the perimeter of this organization. So yes, and this guy apparently, he was a good employee, you know? He never did all this transaction while he was working. Like everything that he did was happening in after hours, and he even took a vacation to actually properly transact all this money and hide them where they should be hidden. Yeah, because we saw, again, we mapped all the transactions that he did on the time scale, and yes, after hours he was trying to get this money out. So yeah, this was the story, and basically we were, able to stop this. We were able to revert back a significant portion of these funds. Of course, some of these funds he was able to utilize because all these took some time, but the majority of the funds have been restored and reverted back to the victim company. The employee's device, of course, was locked, and the employee himself, he was questioned. He was an on-site employee of that company. And apparently, law enforcement that helped us to work on this case, they figured out that there was an organized criminal group consisting of this on-site employee and the outside workers. So, unfortunately, the story goes on because apparently there is a new layer uncovering right now, because the remote workers that were associated with these organizations were somehow connected to known ransomware, malware groups, and even the on-site employee didn't know that. So he basically was used. He was promised, that some funds will be shared with him, and he even didn't know that he worked on some outside organization. So many things gone wrong here, of course. I must say that these groups, they do have patience. They can sit and wait for the right moment for a very long time. So you should be really, really aware of that. I am seeing a big trend of distrust towards remote workers in general, which is to some extent reasonable to us. But overall, yeah, I think I'm grateful to regulations, that are pushing us to use like trusted providers, trusted vendors. And I know that not everyone thinks the same way, but I think that's here the example of, how doing things right could help this company. But also I want all of us to be aware that these things, A, they do happen, and B, it's possible to act. And the faster you act, the better it is, the better the chance that the money can be turned back. So please don't wait. I know people tend to stigmatize, this thing, like I've been hacked and I will hide this, I will not speak about this. Speak up. This is becoming more and more frequent thing around. Many companies suffer, people suffer. It's possible to track this money. It's much easier than it was on the Wild West when people were showing up at the bank and robbing, real cash. We're not on Wild West anymore. It's possible to track and we can help you. And thank you for that. Yeah. If you have any questions, happy to answer them now or after the presentation. Thank you.